Hi guys, it is time to talk Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I am coming to you from my beautiful Hilton suite. I'm on vacation, but I ran across something a little bit interesting that I thought some of you guys might enjoy, especially if you don't follow Instagram or Twitter, or maybe you follow one or the other, whatever the case may be. I'm going to break it all down for you because ERIKA JAYNE has struck again, and this time the victim is Ronald Richards' wife, who is Ronald Richards. I'm sure that you've heard of him because he has been on ERIKA's case for, since all of this really came out. He was featured on Sherelle's World a couple of times. So I want to break this all down for you guys. The messages, the comments going back and forth between ERIKA and Ronald's wife on Instagram were they were very vulgar. And so therefore, I don't think I'll be able to put them on my community page, as well as I will have to obviously code the words that I'm using. So try to follow along. Sometimes I get comments from people that ask like, what's skiing or what's this? And so I just want to let you guys know I'm going to be talking a little bit of code because the messages are that vulgar. The comments, excuse me. Like I said, some of you guys follow Twitter, some of you guys follow Instagram, and some of you don't follow any of those social media platforms. And that's fine because you know what? I'm here to break it all down for you guys, okay? Now, let's get started. But before we do, guys, make sure you guys give me a like, please. Give me a follow. I'm trying to get to 3,000 and turn those notifications on. You guys don't want to miss anything that we have coming up because these housewives coast to coast. We have Dubai now in a whole nother country. So we got to stay up to date, right? Anyways, guys, let's break this down. Ronald Richards, he's going to be one of the main players. Now, you probably, like I said, have heard his name affiliated with ERIKA's case, right? So I just want to give you guys a little bit of history first. It's important that you guys, it's like New Jersey. Beverly Hills is a small area. People maybe don't always realize that Beverly Hills is a small, tight-knit area where people know everyone. And just like New Jersey, there are tangled webs among these folks. So first of all, if you guys remember, I did a little bit of a deep dive. Well, I just gave some history on Taylor Armstrong because she was on the Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip #2. And I let you guys know about her husband, Russell, who sadly unalived himself. We mentioned a little bit of the debt that he was in, a lot of debt he was in, and allegedly a majority of the reason that he decided to unalive himself, he owed his partner a lot of money. And allegedly, this was all to kind of keep up with the Beverly Hills lifestyle. Taylor was on the show. She desperately wanted to be, I don't even know, a socialite in Beverly Hills, if you will. She really wanted to be friends with Lisa Vanderpump, and she really had to try to keep up with the Joneses, and that was costing a lot of money that Russell sadly did not have. But he did have an attorney, okay? And his attorney was Ronald Richards. Isn't that crazy? His attorney was Ronald Richards. And this is semi-important because of the fact that Taylor actually, after her husband died, because he owed so much money to his partner, their attorney, the partner's attorney, came to Ronald Richards, Russell's attorney, and said they wanted a couple of bags and actually Taylor's engagement diamond ring as payment towards some of the debt that was owed to the partner that he probably would never see since Russell unalived himself. And so that was the first time we really saw Ronald Richards. Now, he started on Twitter whenever this whole thing with Tom and ERIKA started to blow up. He got on Twitter and started tweeting about it, guys. And what the difference and what's the important about this is what's really important, guys, is that Ronald Richards has a legal education, okay? So he is able to break down for us in the lamest terms what is actually going on with ERIKA and Tom's cases, okay? We aren't getting that from anyone else. And if we don't get that from anyone else, then that means the only side of the story we're going to be hearing is ERIKA's side. ERIKA's side is full of lies and holes, guys. I'm not bashing ERIKA. I'm just saying it doesn't snow in Pasadena. Tom more than likely didn't roll his car, and, whatever her lies were, we all know that they were crazy. They didn't even make sense. So it's like if you lie about stuff like that, then you must lie about everything, honestly. I mean, really. And so therefore, guys, I think that we would have been seeing ERIKA really trying to give the public and the viewers a different, much different narrative. But Ronald Richards was slowing her up because of the fact that he was on Twitter answering people's questions. If they commented and they had a question, he would answer it. And so this was a resource for viewers that we have never really had the opportunity to have, because when Teresa and Joe Giudice were fighting their federal case, theirs was a criminal case, we were just hearing from it from the newspapers. We didn't, no one even really knew what was going on, even Teresa's own family. So it's nice and it's priceless to really have an attorney like Ronald Richards on Twitter, keeping everyone up to date. Yes, his opinion is biased, as in, like, he doesn't want to see victims and orphans ripped off and not get their settlement. But at the same time, like, he's still giving us, like, the rules and regulations according to the law per whatever ERIKA's going through. So he doesn't let his opinion of ERIKA affect the facts that he gives viewers and his followers on ERIKA and Tom's case. He just includes his opinion. Okay? So his wife on Instagram